Hello everyone and welcome back to Southern Wealth. I hope you guys are doing very well. If you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. As you guys know, it's the only thing that I ask. So it's been quite the day. I mean, I was not supposed to make a video today because I did a big live stream yesterday. So in case you guys haven't watched it, catch on to it. I think it was a good one. But I did want to come here, particularly with the Ethereum situation. But first of all, bond market stabilizing and growing, important. Dow Jones just made a new all-time high. Of course, none of the followers here are surprised about it. Most people are still calling for that 85% crash. Good luck with that one. They don't realize that the crash is happening in the currency. They think, this is the problem when they extrapolate things from the 1920s to 2024, when things materially have changed, particularly the way the denominator in the equation, right? You have the asset on top, the denominator is the currency. If the currency keeps getting debased, you need to understand that even if the companies don't do anything, they will go up on average 8% per year, because that's how much global liquidity is increasing on average. And by the way, 2024, 2025 should be years of big currency debasement. Now, with big, basically M2 money supply going up. Now, Bitcoin is above $96,000. So are people happy now? I mean, so at 99 everyone was ecstatic. At 91 everyone was depressed and calling the top of the bull market. And now at 96, are people happy or unhappy? It's a bit difficult to trail. But it's actually positive, because by the time that we sell 10% and nobody cares, nobody flinches, nobody suggests that this is the top, that's a very bad sign. That means we are at the top. That means that we are, Bitcoin can be at 250K and people are talking about $1 million impending and stuff like that. So, and basically we can go from 250 to 200K in like 2 days or something, and nobody cares. That's a bad sign. As long as we keep in this place where Bitcoin goes from 99K to 91 and basically everybody loses their mind. And I would like to see what people on Twitter, the ones predicting that this was the top of the bull market, what they will say when it's not. I'm just curious. I get the feeling, by the way, you're going to have a type of people as well, which what they're going to do is a Peter Schiff style, if you will. They're going to call the top every time there's a 10% plus sell-off or 5% plus sell-off. And yes, eventually they will be right. Because if you call the top every single time there's a sell-off, eventually that sell-off will be the top. And then they go, I'm a genius. And then they find a way to grift their following. Now, if you've been following this channel, I've actually got some heat here. And people know who they are. I mean, I've got friendly heat. Let me put it that way. So, to be clear, nobody has insulted me, nobody has been rude to me or anything like that. But there's been some heat about Ethereum. Why did I believe so much in Ethereum? The question that I would like to ask you, by the way, I'd like to know your opinion because I haven't had the time today. Is Crypto Banter trying to say already that he was always all in Ethereum and that he always believed in Ethereum and that Ethereum was the best thing since sliced bread? Has he shifted to that side as well? Because I've made that prediction. So he was saying that he sold all of his Ethereum and basically ended a 4-year toxic, abusive relationship with Ethereum. Then the other day I saw him say, oh no, I kept a little bit of Ethereum for emotional attachment. Before the end of the cycle, you're going to hear that. Apparently, Renuna was always all in Ethereum and that we just misunderstood him or whatever. I can already see the logical pathway into the future. I've been very bullish Ethereum for a couple of reasons. Number one, I do believe that Ethereum was going to do particularly well as it blue chip of the crypto market, particularly as it became deflationary and with ETFs in place. You see, what I think is going to happen is, as soon as Ethereum catches some fire, some real fire, the ETF inflows on Ethereum will be quite big. The thing that people get it wrong is that Ethereum is much smaller than Bitcoin, which means that even if only half of the money goes into Ethereum, that's massive for the price. This is the part that people don't realize, is that how much smaller it is. And also, I have not seen anything at that moment that really caused me that much concern, as long as we are approaching, let's say, December, and that what would be the beginning of the old season, and Ethereum would not start to perform. I've had this opinion for months. You guys don't let me lie because you've been here for all the videos, so you guys know perfectly well. I always been saying that Ethereum is poised to make a huge catch-up trade, 40-50% within 20 plus days or less. I mean, now I've seen more and more people saying this, by the way. Ivan on Tech and other ones have been talking about this. I've been saying this since September. Since August, September, I've been talking about this, that Ethereum is going to make a big catch-up play towards the end of the year and beginning of next year. 30, 40, 50% plus within very short time period is going to leave everybody behind. I've been talking about this incessantly in this channel because I really believe that that's going to happen now. Can I be wrong? Sure. Can Solana keep out? I also made another prediction, if you guys remember. I said, when you look at the end of the cycle and you look at Solana versus Ethereum starting in October 2024, Ethereum will outperform. This is what I said. Not from the entire cycle. That's not what I said. What I said was from October 2024 onwards. And the reason was very simple. Number one, everybody gave up on Ethereum. Everybody was shit talking Ethereum. Everybody was basically regurgitating and throwing up on Ethereum, and everybody was all in Solana. I didn't find one single tweet by a major influencer saying, or by a major crypto channel, whatever, saying, I sold my Solana for Ethereum. I haven't seen one, which means everybody was on one side of the trade, which I hate, because usually you can come up with all sorts of narratives of why that narrative is going to succeed, or why that choice is going to succeed. But what I care about is this: if everyone believes the same thing, then the crowd, in my view, will be most likely wrong. Very rarely you see the crowd being right, particularly in things like this. So I thought that could be the case. And so far, it seems that we are just on time for the pumps to begin. And I've made this prediction as well, which was Ethereum above $5,000 before the end of the year. Max mid-January would be my expectation. We'll see. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I do get the feeling that we're going to get there. And then all of a sudden, everybody's back on the Ethereum train, and everybody always believed, and nobody doubted. And, you know the drill, right? These content creators, Discover Crypto was always all in Ethereum. Crypto Banter, he's the best, he's naming his son Vitalik. I mean, whatever's going to be. I don't know what's going to be the flip-flop, but expect it, because that's coming. Now, I've disclosed the new lottery ticket last week, which was ETH Guy, and I added to that position this morning at around 120k market cap, and now that lottery play is close to 400k market cap, so that's a little bit above 2x in a week, which is great. Pulse Spot is approaching the $5, which basically will make me break even on that coin. Pulse Launch is also doing better, but still behind. Now, the Pulse Chain ecosystem, you have Pulse Chain, Pulse XX, Inc., all going up at the same time, double digits, 20% on X. So, again, in line with expectations. That's going to be another one, in my view. There's going to be a time where it's going to be very obvious that Pulse Chain ecosystem is great. But once again, you need to get there. Then everybody will change their mind once again, and they will say, oh my God, this was always great. How couldn't we believe it? This is so obvious, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with PDAI. PDAI was trashed, was fudded out of existence almost, and now everybody's all in PDAI. It's the same story. Andy and Hoppy still doing fairly well. Hoppy is around 50% down versus the recent all-time highs. But once again, this is a good example that I wanted to bring up. I think Hoppy is going to be another one who all of a sudden, in like 5 days, is going to be fighting for the new all-time highs again. And then it should carry Boppy, Boppy, with it, because they are part of the same narrative. Now, you see, I've talked about this, which is fundamentals precede price action. Brazil is bringing forward a Bitcoin strategic asset reserve. Nobody paid attention. MetaMask has made incredibly easy for US citizens to buy directly on their MetaMask instead of needing to go via Kraken, Coinbase, or whatever. What else? Hopi, Pepe is doing incredibly better. So it's approaching the 9 billion, 10 billion market cap once again. The number of users and holders of Hopi is increasing steadily. The number of Telegram members on Hopi is also increasing steadily. But the price is still yet to catch up. That means that the fundamentals are being put in place right now for the price action of the future. But this is the problem. Nobody pays attention to right now. They pay attention when the candles become green. We've talked about this, and I think maybe talking a little bit about Ethereum again. Ethereum is going to be a perfect example. Ethereum early November, universally hated. Ethereum end of December, universally loved. What happened? Is Ethereum different? No. The protocol of Ethereum completely changed? No. Is Vitalik different? No. What happened? Green candles. That's it. Now that there's green candles, everybody likes it. We've talked about this in this channel so many times. It's actually quite boring at this. After so many times we talked about this. People don't want Bitcoin at 15 or 16K. People want Bitcoin at 100K. Michael Saylor didn't buy Bitcoin at $400 when he heard about it. He bought it, the majority of it, above $50,000. Same Bitcoin, 100 times more expensive. That's it. People will not want Pulse Chain when I say Pulse Chain, I'm talking about ecosystem, okay? So I'm talking PLS, PLSX, X, Inc., Incentive Token, Hydron, ICOSA, PDAI, PWBTC, you name it. That's what I'm talking about. People didn't want it when it, for more than a year, was at very low prices, giving the opportunity for everyone to build a position at very cheap prices. Nobody cared about it. Nobody wanted it. Everybody thought that people that actually believed in it were idiots. And as the price moves up, everybody will change their mind again. This is just how markets work. And by the way, you shouldn't take it personally. So if you're in those communities, you shouldn't take that personally. It's just how the human brain works. We are trained to try to go for quick gratification, fast, good feelings. It's easier to buy something that is going up today, and within 2 days is a little bit higher than today, and we see the green and we become very happy. That's much better than spending months grinding, buying the red, and seeing your portfolio getting more red most of the time than green. Although that's the correct way to go, that's the hardest way, and our brains are wired to the opposite of it. So once again, everybody wants the bull market. They fail to realize that the bear market is where you position yourself for great wealth and gains. People want the bull market, but they fail to realize that the bull market is much more dangerous because it's very easy for you to be left behind, and it's very easy for you to FOMO at the euphoric phase and basically round trip your entire bags and potentially forever. Many times you never get a new all-time high in many of the coins. This is the point. It's very cutthroat, is a real test to your mental toughness, but also to your degeneracy and belief. It is all of it at the same time. And it challenges all the principles of what makes human psychology. This is why people that can be disciplined to go against their main impulses will do very, very well, which is the minority of people. And people who will, basically satisfy all their urges, if you will, they will do very poorly eventually. It can take, maybe they do well for a year, but they do bad for 3 years. This is why all these channels, for example, think about it, this is why all these major channels do very well 1 year and a half or so, and they do very poorly 2 years and a half. That's it. That's the perfect representation. And with that, guys, sorry, I was planning to do a short video, ended up being like 15 minutes. Thank you very much for your support, guys. Really appreciate it. Don't forget, drop that like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.